Good evening, everybody, and welcome into the official Batavia Muckdogs post-game show. I'm John Karuba, and another day, another home victory for your Batavia Muckdogs. They win this out-of-league matchup tonight 3-0 over the Geneva Red Wings. I'm John Karuba here to break it down, and this has been such a contrast from what we've seen from the Muckdogs in the early portion of the schedule. Usually they're just bludgeoning teams with an all-out offensive assault, but tonight that wasn't the case. Only 3 runs on the board on just 2 hits and only 1 error, but what was stellar tonight was their pitching, beginning with Chris Isaac with 4 shutout innings, and he really set the tone early, as you're going to hear in some post-game interviews, a big reason to why the Muckdogs were able to pull off the 3-0 win tonight. And in addition to that, their speed on the base packs really wreaked havoc, as a couple wild pitches brought in a couple runs and set up some innings that helped seal the game. Time to get to the highlights of the game from this one, and as always, they're proudly presented to you by the Batavia Muckdogs Baseball Network.
Runner goes from first, pitch a strike, throw to second, skips into center field. That's going to allow the runner on third to come across and score. And going to second on that stolen base, give Gavin Schrader a ton of credit, and it was Liam Ward who scored. So on the bottom of the second inning, Batavia strikes first. They're up 1-0. It'll be an 0-1. And that gets by the catcher to the backstop. That's going to allow Fry to just trot in and score standing up. And in the bottom of the third, it's now 2-0 for your Muckdogs. Here comes the 1-0. Swung on, pop up. This should do it. Right side of the infield. First baseman Bacon is there. And the Muckdogs, wouldn't you know it, folks, they've done it again. They win. Your final score, Batavia Muckdogs 3. Geneva Red Wings no score in this out-of-league game, but they get the victory, 3-0.
So indeed, Batavia does get it done in a non-typical fashion to start the season, but it's actually one that was pretty expected to be the way the Muckdogs would win a lot of games this season. Even with all the hype over the new additions offensively, the pitching was figured to be a big factor, and tonight it certainly was. Well, what do the players and Skip have to think about that and Chris Isaac and the overall pitching staff's performance tonight? Well, we'll find out by listening to the post-game interviews, again brought to you by the Muckdogs Baseball Network. I'm here with Coach Skip Martinez after his team, big shocker, does it again at home. Another win, this time 3-0. And Coach, congrats on the victory. And this is a game, your offense had been putting up prolific numbers, but sometimes you have to be able to win it a little bit of a different way. To be able to win it really on the backs of your pitching, how does that feel as far as being able to win in a different way?
That's always a good sign when, the bats weren't there today, but our pitching staff was pretty dominant today. So anytime that happens, it's a balanced attack, So we have both ends working, or we have one end working. Whatever we need to do to get the job done, the boys got the job done today.
And, last night we were talking about A.J. Winger, and tonight it's Chris Isaac. And what do you think about how he performed tonight?
Outstanding. Chris is a guy that's recently, in the past came off of an injury last season. So for him to build up that quickly, we're pretty impressed with his outing today. And, that's, I'm just looking forward to it for the rest of the season, the way he pitched tonight. If he can do that for the rest of the season, we're in really good shape.
Your offense has really been clicking since the first game, but now what we've seen is the pitching has really come around as well, including the bullpen and all that. What has it been like now to watch these pitchers go to work and do what they've done?
This is the way we built this team. Really honestly, I thought it was going to be pitching first. I felt like we had enough good arms, and then the hitting has been really, really good until today, but that doesn't matter. My guys are still going to keep swinging it. Our guys are going to keep pitching well. To have both, when we both click, we're going to be pretty dangerous. So I'm looking forward to that.
And as far as being now another win at home, yes, it was an out-of-league game, but it's still another win at home. What do you think your players, do they feed off the energy of this home crowd because they continue to play well here at Dwyer Stadium?
Yeah, I mean, our motto is protect our house. You know, we got to. You come to the dog pound. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make our presence known in our house. So it's good to win at home. You know, tomorrow we go on the road, and we got a nice little road streak coming up. So we gotta also go on the road and play well as well. So I'm happy with whatever happens, but we just gotta play well on the road as well.
And defense, we have to bring up in right field. Josh Leadom has been very good. In fact, he's been great in the right field these last couple of games. He's really made an impact. But that play where he went up against the fence and then made that throw almost on one hop, how incredible a play was that?
That was top notch. That was what we call an ESPN play right there. That was top notch. That kid is just, he's a gamer. When recruiting that guy, we knew he came in. That was one of his tools, was the arm, and he immediately showed it. So he's been an impact right off the bat. So and once he starts swinging, he's going to be more of an impact. But you need an arm like that in right field. We're happy he's on our side.
And in addition to that, really, we had talked about how the defense sometimes has had its issues. But tonight, they only made one error, and they played pretty well all the way around. How good of a sign is that to see the defense now rounding into shape?
Again, it's early in the season, and you're going to go through your, figuring it out kind of deal with each player, with each, defensive group that you have out there, with the pitching, with the hitting lineups. So we mix it up every day. So the fact that these guys take it personal when, they make a mistake, and they're competing within their own clubhouse. So they want to make sure they go out there and perform to help their team win, and that's the grittiness and the resiliency we talk about with this team. They just go out there and want to perform.
And offensively, the one thing is you guys did get an inning created, and really through base running, even when you weren't necessarily hitting the ball the greatest, it was your speed that was able to create something and lead to a run. And that's probably another aspect that's encouraging to you as we go on here.
Absolutely. That's a great question. We in the off season, we addressed a lot of needs from last season, and it's actually showing right away this season. The pitching is much better. The offensive is going to be, I think, prolific by the end of the season, and we added speed this year, and already it's showing in the first 5 games. I don't think we've been thrown out yet, so I think we're like 15, 16 for 16. So that's a big aspect of the game that I like that we have. So it just makes us, again, well-rounded, and having that speed is a luxury.
And now tomorrow, obviously, you're going on the road. You're facing the same Geneva team. And your thoughts heading into that one as your team gets another win tonight?
Well, anytime you go on the road after you beat somebody at home, they want to bounce back, like any other team would. We just got to keep applying the pressure and play our game, and we should be fine tomorrow.
Coach, thank you very much for the time. Appreciate it. And congratulations on the hard-fought win.
Thank you, John, for having me. Go Dogs.
Here with Josh Leadom, and somebody who was definitely a star defensively, absolutely a candidate for play of the year in right field in the 5th. What was going through your mind, Josh? First, congrats on the win. What was going through your mind as you were making that play, crashed in the fence, and made that unbelievable throw to second?
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, as the ball was hit, I knew I kind of had to get there. I always think ball first, and then I turned around and just tried to fire strike into second base, and was lucky. My shortstop made a great play and picked the ball and tagged the runner out.
What did you think about your pitching tonight? I mean, a shutout and made the 3-run stand up. What did you think? How much fun is that to play behind a pitching staff like that out there?
Yeah, it's outstanding. I mean, they keep us on our toes defensively. Don't have to worry about free passes. They're working quickly, always keeping our heads in the game on defense. So it's definitely a huge help.
Offensively, usually you guys have been clicking, and you've been very good so far this season. Tonight, it was only 3 runs. What was it that Geneva may have been doing from an offensive perspective that kept your offense somewhat in check?
Yeah, I mean, I think their pitching was definitely keeping us off balance. They came out with a guy throwing pretty fast right away, and then switched to a guy throwing real slow, off-speed type pitcher. So just keeping us off balance out in front of everything.
But you guys were able to cash in when you had the opportunities, and your speed on the base pass certainly helped. And when you watch your offense just be able, even when they're struggling, to be able to come up with some big runs, how much fun is that to see?
Yeah, I mean, that's what counts. Get guys on, get them over, get them in. That's baseball right there, and that's what we were able to do tonight.
So now you guys have 6 games under your belt. This was an out-of-league game, but still, how are you feeling about this club
this early in the season, the way you guys keep winning, especially here at Dwyer.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we've been talking. We're definitely the team to beat in this league. We got to play Geneva again tomorrow, so we're just looking forward to that.
And so how do you think right now your team stacks up as far as, you know what, you guys have been playing well. You've had a good bullpen performance. They've been good lately. Just sizing up as far as, so far, how encouraging has this start been?
Yeah, I mean, it's been really exciting. I think we really got what it takes to go deep into the playoffs, so I'm just excited for that time to come.
Here with Brian Fry for the second time this year already, and so he's the leader in the clubhouse, no pun intended when it comes to that. But again, he deserves to be. He's in the middle of everything this offense has been doing lately. He's been a big part of it. And Brian, as far as this game tonight, offensively, not a whole lot, but still enough to get it done. First of all, what did you think of Chris Isaac tonight on the mound?
He came out and throwing strikes, which our starters have had some trouble doing these past couple of games, and that was really a big thing, getting out early, being consistent, and just throwing the ball to the plate, letting our defense do the work.
And, you know, you've gotten a couple really big performances. Yesterday, it was AJ who came out and was dominant. Tonight, Chris, you know, it's really been a lot of the offense carrying the load, but now how good is it to see the pitching starting to contribute big time as well?
You know, it's good because any day a pitcher can come out and have a good day against an offense. Like today, we weren't really seeing it or hitting it hard very, very often. And for the pitcher, for the defense to go out there and know that our pitchers were throwing strikes was really good and helped us at least chip in for a couple runs.
What do you think Geneva was able to do tonight that kind of limited your bats? You still were able to get enough to get the win, but maybe not quite as prolific as you've been other nights.
I'd say their pitchers, they kind of kept us off balance a little bit, mixing pitches. Their first guy was throwing a little bit harder than we've seen. And, I mean, they're really around the zone. Couple of these teams that we've played, they've had some guys who only throw strikes, and they've had some guys who could barely throw strikes, and I think that's what kind of stuck us in that. Yeah.
And as far as offensively, though, you were able to create some things on the base pass. So even when you're not necessarily powering up the ball, your speed and on the base pass makes a difference. And so, like, to be able to do that and be that versatile, what do you think that says about this team?
Oh, it's just whether it's just trying to get the job done. That's all it is. Just trying to do whatever you can to at least put one across the plate, and then once you put one, you're trying to put two. And the more runs you score, the more pressure is on the defense to actually keep things in and make the plays.
And, you know, I got to ask, Josh Leadom in right field. He's been making quite a few big plays since he started. He had a little bit later of a start to the team. What about that play in right field?
Yeah, he is a cannon. He made a couple plays yesterday, too, where he threw the guy out at first, and then there's one where he threw another guy out at second. And today, you know, just shows that probably shouldn't run on him.
Yeah, I mean, he was gunning him down pretty good right there. I mean, that cut right through the air. And so, I mean, how does that fire up the team on the bench that you see a play like that out there in the field? I mean, what effect does that have on the team as far as, like, emotionally?
You know, plays like that really change momentum of games. You know, if we're down and we aren't really feeling into the game, then we see something like that. Gets everybody rowdy, gets everybody back into the game, and just brings a whole different kind of energy to the game.
And this was an out-of-league game, but it's another win in Dwyer Stadium. How much does this team enjoy playing in this atmosphere?
Oh, we love it here. The fans here are awesome. They really support us in everything we do, whether it's a Monday or whether it's a Friday night, and we're really grateful for that.
And what do you think it says that your team can scratch out a win, even when your offense isn't at its best, does its best to at least get enough on there to get it done?
Like I said the other night, gritty. It's one thing this team is gritty, and they'll do whatever it takes to get the job done.
And on that note, Brian, thank you very much for a few minutes, and congrats on the win, and go Muckdogs.
Thank you for having me.
And we certainly hope you enjoyed those post-game interviews, as always brought to you by the Muckdogs Baseball Network. Before we sign things off here and wrap things up, want to get you a look around the league and the scoreboard of the PGCBL. Owning on to beating Albany 7-1, thrashing them, it was the Utica Blue Sox defeating the Elmira Pioneers 5-1. So the rough start to the season for Elmira continues. It was the last and next opponent for the Muckdogs, Jamestown Tarp Skunks, beating Auburn tonight 4-3. And it was Mohawk Valley all over Glens Falls, 16-2. But again, Jamestown bouncing back from their 12-6 loss here the other night by getting the 4-3 win tonight in Auburn. So with that, that's going to wrap things up on the official Batavia Muckdogs post-game show. Again, your final score one more time, 3-0 Batavia over Geneva in this out-of-league game. I'll be back with you on Friday when the Muckdogs are back at home to take on the Tarp Skunks, looking to try to even the season series at one apiece, while Batavia looking to go 2-0 against their downstate rival. Tomorrow night, though, the Muckdogs will be in Geneva, and our very own Dylan Patemry will have the call, and he'll do a great job. And so that'll be tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, also on the Muckdogs Baseball Network. So for our entire crew and everybody at Dwyer Stadium, John Karuba signing off one more time. Your final score tonight, it was Batavia winning the out-of-league matchup against Geneva by the final count of 3-0. Thanks for tuning in, and good night, everybody, from Dwyer Stadium. Muckdogs win 3-0.